everybody. So this is going to be the start of a new series about the install and use of our Tesla Solar and Tesla Powerwalls with our two Tesla cars. It's going to be our goal from the time that it gets turned on that we don't use any grid power, and we're going to see how long we can go. There's a couple other people that are doing that on YouTube, but they're doing it a little different with their driving needs and everything, so I'm hoping to be able to find or to be able to create some content that people enjoy, as well as documenting our experience. We're on our second attempt to install because we needed a re-roof. Long story. Hopefully nobody's interested in that. But we're less than 2 weeks out, so we're going to get this solar put on, and it's going to be super exciting. Can't wait. Hope you enjoy this little series. Back out in the yard again. We're T-minus 12, 13 days until the second attempt of our solar and Powerwall 2 installs will begin. Just wanted to run down where it's supposed to be, and we'll see if there's any hang-ups between now and the time that it gets installed. This is the back of the yard. This is pretty southerly here, and the entire roof will be covered in solar, starting with about right there, up all the way up the gables until right below that sunspot, the solar tube there, and then it'll go across, and then it'll come across here, and it basically just levels right across behind all of those ridge vents. Going around here to a more easterly side, again, this is being filmed in early October, so maybe we're not at peak solar angle. You can see that's got some shade on it there this time of day. This is about 11 a.m. But also this roof will be covered with solar here all the way up. It doesn't come all the way to the bottom, but it does start at the top, and it comes down to, should be about right there. There's the east roof, and then you can see where the meter comes in. That goes underground, follows that way, and heads up to the transformer there. On attempt to install 1, we had some issue with this gutter. I'm not sure if, because we're changing things, if that'll work or not. We may still have to get rid of that gutter temporarily until I can get it routed down there. And then also there were some issues here. Again, hopefully now that we're not putting the power walls outside, it was going to be that the conduit went out and the power walls were here, and then also down there. Didn't really like that. So anyway, so maybe we'll get that where all this can stay the same, since we're going to Powerwall into the 11.4 kilowatt system with 3 Powerwall 2s. I'm not sure how they're going to configure the inverters. I do know we're going to have enough inverter to cover the entire load. That's been a big thing on TMC forums right now, is basically during the peak performance their system isn't able to make peak performance. Tesla says it's not a big issue, but I went ahead and made sure that we were going to get enough inverter to make sure that we'll be able to have more inverter than our solar will generate. On the west side, and it's really more northwest, but it seems really bright. Tesla didn't want to put any panels up there. I guess during most of the year that's not going to produce as much as they would like. The second structure here, no solar will be installed there. Maybe later in the future. There's 60 amp service that goes through there, so maybe that would be tied in with its own inverter. Or maybe I'll have a third party installed. Inside the main garage, what we've got here is the main load panel for the house, and then this is also the breakout box for the shed, and then also that second garage building. We should have the power walls 1, 2, 3. You can see right now we're just using mobile connectors. This garage I have the 120 volt plug in for the Model S, and then in the other garage, which we can walk out that way, it's actually provisioned with 2 welder outlets, which I have the workshop area. So there's the sub panel for that. That comes from the main house panel, and it just breaks down. I'm sorry, I misspoke earlier. It's a 100 amp connection, so we have 100 amp service there, and then breakout panels for all of the plugs in here. They really provisioned this workshop right. We didn't build it like this, but it was already here when we bought it. But you can see we've got welder outlet here, which I have the mobile connector on, and then back over here, another welder outlet there that's provisioned to the same panel, and then tons of 110 volt. They put in 110 volt everywhere. down there, all the way around, and then just anywhere you can look, it goes all the way around back here. Super excited to have that all configured. I've also got, this isn't a permanent install yet, but got my Ubiquiti with the PoE run out to the main area of the house where the router connects. And this is attempt number 2 of this install. We ended up having to get the property completely re-roofed because of the age of the roof. Tesla said they couldn't install on the age of the shingles, which was really disappointing because we had not only Tesla's inspector say it was okay prior to the install date, but also we had 3 different roofers when we bought the house say that it was an okay roof for at least 5 or 7 more years. So here's in our kitchen area. Got our weather station from the outside unit that you saw earlier, and here's my iPad. I want to see if I can connect it to. Oh goodness. I want to see if I can just load the Safari to the gateway page, and it's my plan to leave it up on the house, just right there. I mean, that's right in the middle of the kitchen. So if you're cooking, it's pretty central in the home. So just to be able to see what the Tesla system's doing at all times. Planning on using the workshop mobile connector, hooking that car up to the Charge HQ app. It's something I found reading on the forums, but I'm hoping that using the Charge HQ app, it's going to allow me to meter the amount of electricity where I'm not going to be grid exporting. We have FPL power, and we're not on a time of use plan, and so the goal here is to be completely off grid with the system, even with 2 Teslas and 2,900 square foot house. If anybody has any more experience with the Charge HQ app, I would love to get a little more feedback on how it works, if I'm actually going to be able to do what I want to do with it prior to getting the system installed. Otherwise, maybe I'll have to get a better mobile connector, or maybe this just won't work at all. Anyway, so that's my system, T-minus 12-ish days, and hopefully it'll be going in the next few days. Stay tuned.